Good morning. We're going to first recall our discussion about inverse trigonometric functions. So let's have this example. If we have this figure wherein angle A is equal to 23 degrees and A is equal to 15, how long is B? So in solving this one, we're going to take a look at our reference angle, which is 23. 23 is our reference angle, and by the given values, we have 15, which is the opposite. And yung hinahanap na B is the adjacent. So the trigonometric ratio we're going to use is tangent. So let's input tangent 23 degrees is equal to 15 over B. Because 15 is the opposite and B is the adjacent. So in letting B in one side, we need first to multiply B both sides. So that becomes now B is multiplied by tangent 23 degrees equals 15. Kasi na-cancel na dito sa side na to yung B. Next, to let B in one side, we divide both sides by tangent 23 degrees. So this one will be cancelled. And B is equal to 15 over tangent 23 degrees. And by solving that in your calculator, 15 over tangent 23 degrees, that gives you 35.33778549, or approximately 35.34. So in inverse trigonometric functions, you will be able to find the solution of the given set of problems involving the inverse trigonometric functions and use trigonometric ratios to solve real-life problems involving the angle of elevation and depression. So again, if we have this figure, find the measure of the unknown parts, sides, and angles of triangle ACB. So take a look at our reference angle, which is theta. And the givens are the hypotenuse, 24, and the opposite, 15. So again, reference angle, by taking a look at yung katapat niya, that is the opposite. And etong diagonal, which is the hypotenuse, that is the longer leg in the triangle. So sine, so here we use the sine because of the givens opposite and hypotenuse. So let's input sine theta is equal to the opposite 15 over the hypotenuse 24. And for us to get the value of the angle or the value of the theta, we're going to have theta is equal to inverse or sine inverse multiplied by 15 over 24. So again, this one is read as sine inverse or arc sine. Pareho lang yan. It's either sine inverse ang gamitin or arc sine ang makikita nyo. Then, inputting this in your calculator, kindly please click first the easy to clear all data's input and click shift, then sine, and input 15 over 24. And close parenthesis and click equals. That gives you 38.68218745, or approximately 38.68 degrees. And if you want to have an answer of degrees, minutes, and seconds, you just click the degrees, minutes, second in your calculator. I already show you that button in our discussion last time. So kindly please click that, and that gives you 38 degrees, 40 minutes, 55.87 seconds. All right, so we also have two forms of angle measurement. The first one is decimal degrees. The second one is the degrees minutes, and seconds. So let's have an example. For that example, take note that 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So if you are going to analyze, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, which is also equal to 3,600 seconds. So therefore, 1 degree is equal also to 3,600 seconds. So let's have an example. Convert 85 degrees, 12 minutes, 50 seconds in decimal degrees. So how are you going to solve that? So in solving this one, we are going to convert minutes and seconds into degrees. So this will be like this. 85 degrees is already in degrees form. And converting 12 minutes into degrees, we need to multiply that into 1 degree over 60 minutes. Because we all know that 1 degree is equivalent to 60 minutes. And plus 50 seconds, convert seconds into degrees. That is multiplied to 1 degree over 3,600 seconds. Multiplying that, we are going to arrive 85 degrees plus 0.2 degrees plus 0.0139 degrees. Then simplify or adding up all, we have 85.2139 degrees, which is in decimal degrees. I hope you understand that. Another one, you convert the decimal degrees, which is 43.655 degrees, to degrees, minutes, and seconds. So how are you going to solve that? We set aside the whole number 43 because that is already in degrees form. So that is equal to 43 degrees plus 0.655 degrees multiplied, or yung decimal na 0.655, we multiply that to 60 minutes over 1 degree to have minutes. And that will give you 43 degrees again plus 39 minutes. And the remaining decimal, which is 0.3, ito, that is still in minutes. We're going to convert that into seconds. So in converting that into seconds, we all know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So you multiply that 0.3 minutes to 60 seconds over 1 minute. And that gives you 43 degrees, 39 minutes, and 18 seconds. So yung 18 seconds natin is our answer in 0.3 multiplied by 60 seconds over 1 minute. So I hope you understand converting decimal degrees into degrees, minutes, and seconds, or the other way around, degrees, minutes, and seconds to decimal degrees. Now let's have this figure. Focusing on the reference angle, we have these two givens. 15 is what? This is the opposite. Having 24, this is the hypotenuse. So having opposite and hypotenuse, the trigonometric ratio that you're going to use is sine theta, which is again opposite 15 over the hypotenuse 24. Then to get the reference angle or the exact value of the angle, we need to find the sine inverse multiplied by 15 over 24. And that gives you an approximately 38.68 degrees, or in degrees, minutes, and seconds form, that is 38 degrees, 40 minutes, and 55.87 seconds. Another, if our givens is here and here, focusing on the reference angle, 15 now is adjacent, 24 is still the hypotenuse. So having adjacent and hypotenuse, the trigonometric ratio that we're going to use is cosine. So we have now cosine theta is equal to 15 as the adjacent over hypotenuse 24. To get the angle or the measure of the angle, we are going to find or input in your calculator cosine inverse multiplied by 15 over 24. And again, this is either cosine inverse or arc cosine or arc cos. So if you're going to solve this one, that gives you an approximately 51.32 degrees. Or if you want that in degrees, minutes, and seconds form, that is 51 degrees, 19 minutes, and 4.13 seconds. Another one. If again, we are going to focus on the reference angle theta, and the given 15 is the adjacent, 24 is the opposite. So having opposite and adjacent, the trigonometric ratio that we're going to use is tangent. So we have now tangent theta, which is equal to 24 over 15. And solving the angle, that gives you a tangent inverse multiplied by 24 over 15. Again, we have tangent inverse or arctangent or arctan. Solving this one, that gives you an approximately 57.91 degrees. So again, in finding the inverse in your calculator, you are going to click the shift and tan and input 24 over 15. Do not forget to put the close parenthesis for it not to appear syntax error or math error. And you click the equals, and that gives you the decimal degrees, 57.99461679, or an approximately 57.99 degrees. But if you want that into degrees, minutes, and seconds, you just click the button for that, and that gives you 57 degrees, 59 minutes, and 40.62 seconds. I hope that's clear with you. Now your turn. If you have this figure, find the measure of theta and express its measurement in degrees, minutes, and seconds. You may try this one in your notebook. Another one, the same figure, find the measure of alpha and express its measurement in decimal degrees. You may write that also in your notebook. Let's come now with the angle of elevation. That is the application of trigonometry. Angle of elevation and angle of depression. So having this point, if this is you, and we have the line of sight, which is the horizontal line. Again, we also have the horizontal line. And if we have this eyesight, or yung tinitignan natin yung taas, we have this line of sight, and the angle formed for this one is angle of elevation. Another, if you're looking downward, this is our line of sight, the angle formed is angle of depression. So do not forget, if you are looking upward, that is, or the angle formed is angle of elevation. If you're looking downward, the angle formed is angle of depression. So again, angle of elevation. What is angle of elevation? The angle of elevation from a point, or if we have this example, the angle of elevation from a point 118 meters from the base of the tower to the top of the tower is 69.8 degrees. Find the approximate height of the tower. So to further understand this one, let's have an illustration. So again, this is the tower, and it was given there that we have 118 meters from the base of the tower to the top of the tower, or this is the distance, that is 118 meters. And having this, or yung angle, kapag tinitignan mo yung top ng tower, that forms an angle of elevation which is 69.8 degrees. So the question is to find the approximate height of the tower. So the height of the tower, we let that x. So yan yung hinahanap. Now, having this given, we have this reference angle. The x is our opposite, and 118 is our adjacent. So having opposite and adjacent, the trigonometric ratios that we're going to use is tangent. So we have now tangent 69.8 degrees equals the opposite x over the adjacent 118 meters. So this is our equation. Now we need to multiply both sides by 118 to let x in one side. So we have now 118 multiplied by tangent 69.8 degrees. And that gives you the height of the tower. Computing that, the height of the tower now is 320.71 meters. 320.71 meters. That is the height of the tower. Another one. If we have this figure such that the boy is here and we have the building, the distance of boy to the building is 500 meters. And there is a girl on top of the building. And by that boy seeing the girl on top of the building, it forms an angle of elevation 55 degrees. Now the question here is to find the height of the building. So again, our reference angle is 55 degrees. Seeing x, this is the opposite. 500 meters is the adjacent. So solving this one, we have 55 degrees is equal to opposite x over the adjacent 500. So multiplying both sides by 500, that gives you 500 multiplied by tangent 50 degrees and the x is on one side. Solving this one, the height of the tower is 715.07 meters. So, yan yung height ng tower. I mean building. That's the height of the building. Another, two buildings are 250 feet apart. The angle of elevation from the top of the shorter building to the top of the other building is 21 degrees. If the shorter building is 85 feet high, how high is the taller building? So here we can see two buildings. So let's illustrate. It was mentioned that we have the shorter building, which measure is 85 feet high. We also have the higher building. And these two buildings have a distance of 250 feet. So their distance between each other is 200 feet. And it was mentioned that the angle of elevation from the top of the shorter building to the top of the other building is 21 degrees. So here is the angle of elevation, 21 degrees. Now, the question is, how high is the taller building? So how are we going to solve this one? Take note, 85 feet, or this shorter building is until here in the higher building. So that means we already have the 85 feet in this side. We need to know ilan pa yung kulang na height nitong building na to. So this must be our x. Now, if we have the reference angle 21 degrees and x is our opposite, 250 feet is our adjacent, what trigonometric ratio are we going to use? That is still tangent. So we have now tangent 21 degrees is equal to x, which is the opposite, over the adjacent 250. So ito na yung equation natin. And by solving this one, we need to multiply both sides by 250 to eliminate the denominator. And eliminating that denominator will let x in one side. So solving 250 times tangent 21 degrees, that gives you x is equal to 95.97 feet. So yung x natin is just here. So to know the total height of the building, we need to add the 85 feet, which is equivalent to this height. So adding up 95.97 plus 85 is 180.97 feet, which is the height of the other building. So I hope you understand that. Let's come now to the angle of depression. Kanina, if we are going to look upward, we have the angle of elevation. Now, in angle of depression, we are going to look at downward. So again, let's recall. If you are this one, and this is our line of sight, which is the horizontal line, and if our line of sight changes, we look downward. Ito yung kanina. Now, if we look downward, the angle formed is angle of depression. So just a clue, angle of depression, you just think deep, deep, pababa. Kapag elevate naman, taas, elevate. So angle of depression, that is downward. So for example, we have this one. An airplane 250 miles from the runway will begin its descent at an angle of depression of 6 degrees. What is the altitude of the airplane from the ground? So how are we going to solve this one? If you have this airplane, and ang tinatanong is the altitude, the given is this length, which is 250 miles. Another one is the angle of depression, which is 6 degrees. Now, ang tinatanong is the altitude or the height. How are we going to solve this one? Since ito yung may given, we need to solve for this one. So take note, this is 90 degrees. Now, having 6, what is the complementary angle of 6 degrees? That is 84 degrees. So having here the reference angle, which is 250 as the opposite and x as the adjacent, the trigonometric ratio that we're going to use is tangent. So we have tangent 84 degrees is equal to 250 as the opposite and x as the adjacent. Then manipulating that and letting x in one side, we have now x is equal to 250 over tangent 84 degrees. Paano naging ganyan? First, we need to multiply this one into x. So makakancel na ang x dito, malilipat sa kabila. So that means we have now x tangent 84 degrees equals 250. Now, since may kasama pa si x, so we need to divide both sides by tangent 84 degrees. And by dividing that, makakancel itong tangent 84 degrees in one side and matitira is x. So, nasa kabila na yung tangent 84 degrees. By solving this one, it would give you x is equal to 26.28 miles. And that's the length of the altitude. Next example. If a kite makes an angle of depression of 39 degrees with the level ground when a 460 feet of string is out, how high is the kite? So let's illustrate. This is the kite and the line of sight, which measures 460 feet. And ang tinatanong is the height of the kite. So, and another given is the angle of depression of 39 degrees. Ito yung angle of depression natin. Ang tinatanong again is the height of the kite. So, magiging ganito. Now, gaya ng ginawa natin kanina, we all know that this is 90 degrees. The complementary angle of 39 degrees is 51 degrees. So having givens, we're going, or if we have the reference angle of 51, if the given is this line of sight, 460 feet, and yung hinahanap is x. We all know that x is the adjacent, 460 feet is the hypotenuse. So having adjacent and hypotenuse, we're going to use cosine. So let's input. Cosine 51 degrees is equal to x, which is the adjacent, over the hypotenuse 460. And letting x in one side, we need to multiply both sides by the denominator 460. So we have now 460 times cosine 51 degrees is equal to the height of the kite. By computing this one, that gives you 289.49 feet. That's the height of the kite. Another, the angle of depression of one side of a lake measured from a balloon 2,600 meters above the lake is 42 degrees. The angle of depression to the opposite side of the lake is 28 degrees. We find the width of the lake. So let's illustrate. We have this balloon and we have this lake. The givens are measured from a balloon above the lake, which is 2,600 meters. Another, we have the angle of depression in one side, which is